Titanic, 16 fascinating facts about the ship. Number 1. The RMS Titanic was the world's largest passenger ship when it entered service, measuring 269 meters, 882 feet, in length, and the largest man-made moving object on Earth. The largest passenger vessel is now Harmony of the Seas, at 362.12 meters. 2. The ship burned around 600 tons of coal a day, hand-shoveled into its furnaces by a team of 176 men. Almost 100 tons of ash were ejected into the sea every 24 hours. 3. The ship's interiors were loosely inspired by those at the Ritz Hotel in London. Facilities on board included a gym, pool, Turkish bath, a kennel for first-class dogs, and a squash court. It even had its own on-board newspaper, the Atlantic Daily Bulletin. 4. There were 20,000 bottles of beer on board, 1,500 bottles of wine and 8,000 cigars, all for the use of first-class passengers. 5. The grand staircase on board descended down 7 of the ship's 10 decks and featured oak paneling, bronze cherubs and paintings. Replicas can be found at the Titanic Museum in Branson, Missouri. 6. The staircase at the White Swan Hotel in Anik contains banisters from the grand staircase of the Titanic's sister ship, the Olympic. They are presumed to have been identical. 7. Only 16 wooden lifeboats and 4 collapsible boats were carried, enough to accommodate 1,178 people. That's only 1/3 of Titanic's total capacity, but more than legally required. 8. There were 246 injuries and 2 deaths recorded during the ship's 26-month construction in Belfast. 9. 20 horses were required to carry the main anchor. 10. 100,000 people turned up to see the ship's launch on May 31, 1911. 11. 22 tons of soap and tallow, rendered beef or mutton fat, were smeared on the slipway to assist its unhindered passage into the River Lagan. 12. The ship made 2 stops after leaving Southampton, at Cherbourg in northern France, and Cove, then Queenstown, in Ireland. 13. Of the 885 crew on board, just 23 were female. 699 boarded in Southampton, and 4 in 10 were natives of the English town. 14. The Last Supper served to first-class passengers consisted of 11 courses. 15. First-class passengers were given a music book containing 352 songs. Musicians on board were required to know them all, in case requests were made. 16. John Jacob Astor was the richest passenger on board, with a net worth of around $85 million, approximately $2 billion today, and went down with the ship. One legend claims that after the ship hit the iceberg he quipped to a waiter, "I asked for ice, but this is ridiculous."